Good morning. I'm actually pretty much on time today. Don't ask me how that happened. It's just a mistake, okay? I didn't get enough sleep. Something's wrong. Okay. What do we got going today? Trump cannot help himself when it comes to disrupting peace agreements or what have you. So he basically stole an Iranian cargo ship out of the Strait of Hormuz, which was going to disrupt the talks. Iran's all pissed off. They're going to blow up everything now. He just can't stand to have any modem of success. He just can't do it. You know, he's just a complete moron with very little IQ. He can't. If he had an IQ, it's gone now. You know, this is just the thing. All right. So, and of course, oil prices are spiking. So his millionaire friends are getting richer again. You're saying, well, why are they? Because that oil didn't cost them near what they're selling it for, so they're making a ton of money. It's called windfall profits. It supposedly was some legislation done to stop that kind of shit, but it doesn't work when you have people manipulating the market like Trump does every day. You know, so that's just another poof. And of course, he's saying with the negotiations restarting, I think it's today, I'm not sure how that works out. He says, no more Mr. Nice Guy. And my question to that is, when the fuck was he ever a nice guy? This man is the most miserable person on the face of the earth. Do you know he has surpassed Nixon as probably the most corrupt and dishonest politician in America's history? Maybe not so much history, but at least in modern times. You know, to say you were worse than Tricky Dick, you know, Tricky Dick was a kid compared to the way he goes about things. I mean, he's just ridiculous. He's like a huge accident waiting for a place to happen. Well, on the other side of the world, there was an earthquake off the coast of Japan with tsunami warnings, which is not a good thing usually, especially, I'm not sure if that was the northern part of Japan. I think that's where the old Fukushima, was that the name of the reactor that got wiped out by one? I don't know. That's just not the time of the year, or one more thing added to the world's problems already. And Ukraine's finally getting smart. They're building machines to do their fighting for them, like robots and stuff like that. They're sending in because quote unquote they don't bleed, and that's a bad sign too, because they're going to start giving these machines autonomy, and they're going to start doing some nasty shit. You know, my son-in-law and I were talking about this on Sunday, or Saturday rather. And he said, you know, it's going to happen. I don't know how many years we got. And I said, you haven't got 30 years before you see Terminator. You know? If you want to know what's going to happen, watch the Terminator movies. You'll see the chip that was developed and then they had to go get. That chip was developed in New Jersey at Bell Labs back in the 70s, early 80s, maybe early 80s, I'm not sure. But because I lived there, I was 20 minutes away from that place that developed it. It doesn't exist anymore. I don't know who owns it now. But the autonomy to a machine is a mistake because machines don't have empathy. Okay? Their reasoning is simple. It's either right or wrong, black or white. That's the end of the conversation. There is no in-between. There is no maybe. There is no gray. There is no pink, black or white. Okay, so, and we are, by scientists, most scientists' opinion is that we are the most dangerous species on Earth. we are the biggest danger to the planet because we're self-destructive, greedy little bastards. So why wouldn't these robots that don't think like human beings, that think just black and white and good and evil, and they don't even think good and evil, it's black and white. There's a difference, and I try to explain it to somebody, and I couldn't do it. So, but there is, between evil and good, there's one thing, but between black and white is an entirely different thing. Because white may not be the best thing. I know it gets really screwy. But we don't have 30 years to play games for that. All right, you have until look at what's coming up in the world. The one that affects me the most, which I won't be here for, hopefully, is 2038 when the Social Security runs out of money. But I'm going to suffer before then. You know, I'm trying now to figure out ways I can make money. You know, I can't be a pimp anymore. Too old. Can't be a gigolo. Too old. Don't have any money either. So, you know, what am I going to do for a living? My wife can't work. She can barely walk. We're going to be a fine pair. I feel bad for her and anybody else that's got any long-term diseases. Anyhow. Okay. Wants to end training civil something. Can't read my own writing. I don't know where that is. I see if I can find it. Hold on a second. We'll see if we can find it. Because it had to be on the front page. Trump wants to end, let's see. Robots. Oh, there was a big shooting in Louisiana. Some father killed 7 of his own kids and 1 of somebody else's. I got to tell you something, you know. I know that's not the richest place on the face of the earth and all that, but that's just something really, really sick going on there. You got to stand there and kill 7 of your kids? Jesus. What's wrong with that man? That's just horrible. I don't even know what to think. A life jacket from the Titanic sold for $900,000. It wouldn't meet today's standards, so it's not good for anything, you know, except to look at. I came from the Titanic. Well, I got 6 of them said they came from the Titanic, you know. Yeah, it takes money to prove that. Alright, I have no idea where I saw this. I'm trying to find out what they were talking about. You ever feel like you got bugs crawling on you and you go scratch it and there's nothing there? That's not a good story. I just can't seem to locate this. I just don't understand why. Must be maybe my maybe it's in my oh yeah, my mail thing I get, the daily letter. Oh, here we go again. Jesus Christ. I'm a fucking secretary for my wife. Oh, I deleted what the hell is that? Why did that get deleted? Oh, because I put up the quote already. Oh, man. Hold on. Good job. Therapy. And the target's been to lay off. Meta's going to lay off 6,000 employees by May 20th. Meta's Facebook, by the way. That's Zuckerberg. He's another one who doesn't give a shit about anybody. He's hell-bent on using AI because AI replaces humans. And he doesn't have to pay health insurance or any of that other shit. You know, he doesn't have to give them days off, vacations, or anything else. He pays a couple of mechanics to keep him going. I can't figure this out. What? Nope, it's not there. Alright, if it ain't here, it ain't here. Right? So it had to be Iran peace talks, hanging the balance. Anyhow, he was supposed to do something. I don't know what it was. Wants to end training civil something, and I can't figure it out. Trump is smarter than everybody, so he's always contradicting people. Right now he's contradicting the energy secretary about oil prices. And the last bit of the sentence is, he's wrong, which is just, you know, why would I not believe that, you know? I think we're going to have to let that story go. I just, you know, it was probably a good story. Oh, here he's going after the gays again. God. I don't understand this, you know, but we're done. Okay. Forget that story. I don't know what it was, but it looked interesting. And the good thing for all you 60s freaks out there is that LSD is being, they're going to allow research on LSD again. You know, they're not putting any restrictions on the drug. It'll probably get out to the public soon. When they started doing testing originally, it was, I don't know, the CIA was testing it, and a friend of mine, I now passed away, most of my, as the rest of my friends have, was given it in an experiment, theoretically for a creative writing class in college. He was given a rubber pencil and everything so he couldn't hurt anybody, and he was told to write a story. And this guy's mind is so twisted to begin with, I don't think they noticed that what he did, that he was even taking the drug, you know. But I do know it screwed him up for years afterwards, and, you know, not that you, unless you knew him real well, you wouldn't notice anything, but, you know, that's just the way things go. LSD forever, baby. That was one drug I did twice and decided never again. Because I have a very violent subconscious. I have a consciousness that's got a temper. My subconscious is just, I think, is a mass murderer in hiding or something. I don't know. Anyhow, that's it for me today. On this video, go catch me live in a few minutes, and I'll see if I can come up with something interesting to say. Doubt it, but I'll be there very shortly. In the meantime, everybody, subscribe and have a great day.